First Coast's most accurate forecast from the First Coast News Weather Team, certified by WeatherRate, sponsored by AC Designs.
Let's start with a look at the tropics, because that's what everyone is talking about, specifically the system in the Gulf of Mexico, or moving towards the Gulf of Mexico. It will likely develop into a named storm, and it will likely bring us heavy rain and a flood threat by the end of the week. So let's dive in. Models now starting to come into agreement that it will pass places like Cuba and Mexico, move into the Gulf of Mexico, and head for the panhandle of Florida. Now, I showed you this earlier, but again, this is a model comparison between the European model and the American model, and they have come into agreement today. It shows this system becoming a tropical depression within the next couple of days, moving into the Gulf of Mexico, becoming a tropical storm, and then a hurricane, and heading for, say, the Apalachicola area. Now, a lot could change. This system still really hasn't formed yet, but as of right now, these models are agreeing on at least a landfall near Apalachicola, and from there it will move to the north and perhaps the northeast, but it will bring us some rain, some heavy rain. So with a landfall Thursday night, by Thursday, our rainfall chances start ticking up Thursday and Friday. And with that heavy rainfall on top of our already saturated ground, despite the dry weather that we have had and we will have for the next few days, we will have a return to a flood threat because our grounds are still so saturated. On top of that, with the saturated grounds, we will have breezy conditions to even windy conditions Thursday and Friday, and that could perhaps knock down some trees and cause some power outages. So by the end of the week, we could be impacted by that system in the Gulf. And if it gets a name, and it likely will, the next name on the list is Helene. So we will be watching for Helene to form. Right now it's being called Invest 97L, just a cluster of showers and thunderstorms out there in the Caribbean. But again, it will continue to move to the north and get its act together, likely becoming Helene and impacting us late in the week. Now, at least for right now, we have had beautiful weather this weekend, and that will continue for the next couple of days. We are dry for the most part across the First Coast, watching for some coastal shower activity out there. We still have the coastal flood advisory in effect for the St. Johns River Basin, minor flooding possible at times of high tide. So speaking of the St. Johns River, Mayport, your high tide on Monday, 1:46 p.m., Main Street Bridge, 3:30 p.m., Green Cove Springs, 6:43 p.m., and Palatka, 8:40 p.m. Overnight tonight, temperatures are going to drop down through the 70s, and lows will land in the upper 60s for a lot of us, especially inland. And that's also where areas of dense fog could form. So keep that in mind before you step out the door tomorrow morning for work or for school. You might want to give yourself some extra time because of the fog out there. Then Monday afternoon, warm near 90 degrees. Today we had a high near 89, so Monday will be very similar to today. And our rain chances stay low for the first half of the week before they bump up because of the tropics on Thursday and Friday. So again, we're going to be staying mostly dry for the first half of the week, but then notice the amount of rain that we could start to collect Thursday and then into Friday and Saturday. So we will have to watch out for that flood threat potential by the end of the work week.